Hey there guys, and I'm recording this one post-commentary because apparently my my microphone did not pick up, so it's just going to be for this part, but yeah, for some reason my microphone went into mute mode. But yeah, first of all I check our good old Magic Shop here, and I believe I go back in to actually look at what you can buy with the Magirocks you have. So yeah, you get fire and ice rings. The rings are basically your magic in this game. There are some things later on, but the rings are pretty much your magic. Now, I don't actually know if they're good against bosses or not, that much, in all honesty, because I know there's one boss that, in particular, that is very useful against, but they do a lot of damage, but in general, they're not really worth it, from what I saw. I barely used them at all the first time playing through. Alright, anyway. So, we're going back to Tower 3. And this one isn't so bad, but this and the next one are pretty much the more complicated ones that you have to go through. 5 is very simple, actually. Alright, so, let's go in here. First of all, I'm going to wait for these platforms. Yeah, so we got our enemies here. You just run and jump over these parts, but if you fall off, then you will go down the floor. Sometimes you will just take some damage and appear at the nearest possible place that you can. But in this case, there is actually a floor below this, so you will just drop down into it. And yes, you will fall if you do not run over that. Just waiting for this thing to get out of the way, but it doesn't, so this part falls. But it's no worries, because you can actually run and jump. Once I eventually do it, yeah, there you go. And I get fucking... I don't even know. I killed the guy and then get toasted. Toasted. Get them invulnerable enemy shells as well. Yeah, so you can also take these stairs down in order to get to the basement, but it doesn't really matter because you don't take damage when you fall anyway. But the reason I went down here was Magirock. Yeah, the only real reason you want Magirocks is indeed to just get the rings or the magic items. There's no real reason to save them because I don't think you really get anything, but that's what I ended up doing last time. I just saved them and never used the rings. I'll use them to show them off this time, but yeah. These enemies. So simple, yet so annoying. And I even pick up the small bulb there and it still didn't appear. But as soon as I leave the area, then yeah, of course. Yeah, so make sure that you do go through that gap there. There's nothing else on this floor, so continue up. Alright. You can't, yeah, I fall off. I actually fall off quite a lot in this place because the way my controller's set up, it's kind of hard to stop on a dime. And I'll level up. It's kind of hard to stop on a dime, so I quite often just like go through and just drop down by accident. But all you take is a little bit of damage. It's not that much, so yeah. You can actually try and run and jump over these, but most of the time you're gonna get hit anyway. So you should probably just wait for it to finish. And here we have a little platforming thing going on. Fairly simple what you got to do here, just make sure that you have it. You know, I could have just left that one there, but I didn't. So yeah, just make sure that you've kind of got it like this-ish. Now, I even went back and changed it so I could get it like a staircase here. And you can, if you want to go back, there's stuff on the other side, though there's no real reason to go back unless you fall. Yeah, unless you fall, there's pretty much no reason to go back anyway, so yeah. This is a new enemy. This guy is annoying as piss, because if he drags you in close, then you will be taken back to the start of the dungeon. I think I did kill him there, and I fall off again. You will be taken back to the start of the dungeon, so you should probably kill him. his light attack, or whatever it was, that actually puts you to sleep and drags you in, I believe. So you can jump attack into him in order to kill him. Hey, cadet. These guys just fucking look at you, stun you. That's great, isn't it? I actually should be using the slicer attack more, you know, just the dash attack, because one, it has invincibility frames, and the other is pretty fucking useful. See, I could have been put to sleep there if I was unlucky. But yeah, if you just stay on the wall and just attack them a bit, then yeah, you'll eventually get them. This place isn't so difficult. The living statues were actually the worst enemies we fought up until this point, really. But yeah, Tower 5, you're going to face a boss, and he's not going to be very nice. I'm also checking right now if they have anything about enemy types, but it appears they don't actually have like a monster log or whatever. Bit unfortunate, but oh well. I was actually checking because I never actually went into the menus that much before. Alright. So I actually go to the left here to kill a few more enemies while I'm here. Yeah, you can jump over them, but you've just got to be precise. Alright. As I get speared there. Now, I thought there was going to be some enemies that would spawn in, but that's actually the next floor. So I wait a couple seconds, I'm like, okay. This time, you got to jump around the, across these platforms quite often, and it's kind of tricky to do, so make sure you do get a running start. After you've done that, it's relatively easy. And there's also a chest down here which has an item, your first item in the game that you can equip. Well, actually not the first you can equip. You can equip anything, basically. But this is the one that you probably want to keep equipped for a while. Basically what this does is it prevents you from being sent to sleep, so it helps with those wall guys. So basically, I believe you're just immune to sleep after you equip it. But you can actually equip like healing items to use on, like, let's say boss fights. You could just use some healing items. There's two buttons here, and it's fairly simple that you just need to, you know, just go and press them both in order to open the door, but, you know, I don't even pick up the money here. I done that by accident, I swear. My controller is just, it's just a little bit difficult in order to, like, stop running and such. It's not terrible, but you know, it's better than playing this on a keyboard. I played the entire game on a keyboard before, which was just don't even talk about it. So after you open this door, like 8 of these guys will come out. They're actually quite annoying, especially since they have like these shells, and you can never damage them when you hear that sound. And they can also charge at you, even though most of the time they seem not to notice you. And once again, I run off the edge. Since you're healing life the entire time while you're doing it, and yes, enemies can knock you off as well. It's not a big deal because you are just regaining health very slowly, but you're still regaining it at this point. And I'm just trying to make sure I don't go through the door instead of killing these guys. You want to be like level 6 for the first boss at the end of Tower 5. So yeah, keep that in mind. I almost fell off there again. So here we've got another boss fight, kind of. So you got these 3 guys. Basically you attack one of them. I believe the one on the right here was always real for me, but if you do hit the fake, one of the fake ones, You just need to fight a cadet, and it's not that difficult at all. It was actually really easy for this. I don't know if it's always the one on the right, but on this occasion it was. Alright. And after this we get another continent before moving on to Tower 4. So I should mention here, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but there are a few optional areas you can do after you do Tower 5. You pretty much want to do them because I'm pretty much wanting to go to every area when I get to the next part of the game. So I'll need to do those 2 areas. They only take like 5 minutes, but the harder part is knowing where they are. They don't even take 5 minutes, they take like 2 minutes each. The second one's hidden a bit more, and that actually gives you a pretty powerful weapon if you do go and get it. So it is worth getting. So yeah. So I'm gonna try and get like go to every area that I possibly can in the game. So yeah. And for this game, you get to travel wherever you want on the world map. Kind of not like Illusion of Gaia or Soul Blazer there. Yeah, you get a world map and you just walk around on it, and you can actually explore every part of the Earth when we do eventually resurrect it, which is cool. Okay, you might not be able to explore every part because some areas are locked off, but you know. And now we have Africa. Alright, so that was Tower 3. We're gonna move on to the next tower. Alright. Okay. So, this is Tower 4. It's the longest and the most complicated one out of all of these. So, yeah. Yeah, this prologue actually lasts quite a long time, in all honesty. So, as soon as you go in, the Guardian will start fucking mocking you and shit. Whose side is this guy on? I mean, come on. So, yeah. He spawns 3 cadets to come at you, but, you know, they're not that difficult, as you suspect. They are just annoying because they do this thing, which I hate. And they keep doing this thing. And yes, that really does say cast a sexy look. I'm not kidding. You can go back and look at it if you want proof. I didn't even believe it when I was playing. I was like, what? Alright. So, yeah, we can tiptoe over these goddamn ropes that are randomly here. This is the worst tower architecture ever. So, I don't think it matters which one you go over, but, you know, you just gotta line up properly. There's a few enemies to kill in this area, but yeah, you probably won't know what to do until you kill this guy here and talk to the guy that comes out. Basically saying, at times you must take bold chances. And basically what you're meant to interpret that is take a leap of faith. But first we're going to go around and kill the other cadets around here. And get annoyed by them stun locking me. Alright, so the money here is pretty much going to be used in order to get some healing items so I can fight the boss. Because you're not going to have much access to healing items after you leave the first chapter. You go into the second chapter. I believe there is 4 chapters. I might be corrected on that. I'm pretty sure there's only 4. But the first one is relatively short in comparison to the other ones. So yes, you are really meant to take a leap of faith down here, and immediately you are besieged by everything over here. And everything attacking me at once. There we go. Deal with those guys first, yeah. I mean, as long as you have the seal on, then you should be okay, but, yeah. Lucky level up there. There's a couple more cadets here. So this is the deal where you go down a hole and it might not be the right one. I critted for 42 there. So the northwestern one is the one you want to drop down if you want all the extra stuff from this place. And I want all the extra stuff from this place. So I drop down here first. The correct one is actually the southeastern one. But of course we're not going there. I fall off here for some reason. And yeah, you'll notice if you're not perfectly lined up, that is slightly above it, then you'll just fall off. There's actually a really annoying jump you got to make later on that, yeah, is great. I mean, I think all you get from it is a magic rock, but it's just annoying. Alright. You kill a couple of these guys, and then you go up again. And we got the floor above, basically, where there's some more enemies. I don't even know what these things are. The flame whales or whatever. Yeah, we have another one of these ghost things. And he's going to be over the other side as well. Over here, we get our magic rock. I believe there's 3 in this place. So yeah, you actually do end up with quite a few by the end of the prologue. Well, I call Chapter 1 the prologue because it's relatively short, and I count anything that you slowly regain health in probably a prologue or a tutorial or something. Because you're not getting any of this stuff in the actual game, let me tell you that. The most you're going to get is if you just, like, well, if you grind basically and heal up every so often. So we're going to go up again, and there is a cadet randomly here. So yeah, we're actually going the wrong way right now, but this wall will get us a few extra things. But eventually, I believe... No, actually, I'm making stuff up. I thought there is an item up here that you needed to get, but that's not actually true. You can get some extra stuff here, but there is an item that you will eventually need. So don't miss it when I tell you. When I tell you when it is. Right. And more of these things. I think you should take the bottom path here. Because, yeah, there is a magic rock. That's the reason why. Another one of those. Keep going over here. And get hit by the flame wheels. Awesome. And get burnt after I've killed it. Right, so there's a couple chests here, which is the kind of the reason for going there. A medium bulb and a life potion. The life potion's actually useful because it increases your life immediately by 5 when you use it. So there's no real reason to keep it in your inventory, especially since it takes up space. So I just use it here to get 5 extra HP. Not bad. I don't think there's any bonus to just leaving it till later. I like how he uses his spear as balance. That's a nice touch as well. Alright, so that's us actually done with the optional areas here. Or the optional treasures we can get. Of course you could skip all this if you went down the correct hole the first time. But you probably don't want to do that, honestly, because magic rock, etc. So yeah, I go back down here and I'm like, whatever. I don't think... Did I even bother? I don't know if I bother killing these guys. Looks like I do. He's on like 1 HP as well. That's great. And I still... Like, they can do it whenever they want, honestly. Nothing happened. Yeah, whatever. There we go. And then immediately get... gets hit by this guy as well. That's great. But yeah. Luckily I noticed that the audio wasn't recording eventually. But yeah, drop down the southeastern part and you'll drop down here. And yeah, another ghost on the wall. There's no real change in enemies after this point. I may as well pick up the money, I guess. I'm gonna buy some of the healing items anyway, so yeah. Yeah, just one cadet here once again. And there is a hole here that you don't want to drop down. There's no point. Even though all those down arrows are lying to you. Yeah, another one of those guys. And we can see a magic rock over there. The last one. But make sure you get this item in here. This is the crystal thread. This is required for game progression, so you don't want to trek through here again. Get it first time. Yeah. Now don't take the upper path here, because there's an enemy that basically it's very hard to dodge him. He just kind of goes outside out the walls there, and I think he's unkillable. So just take the southern path, as it's easier. So go grab your magic rock, and then we can head to the boss of this area. I think I'm checking how much magic rocks I have. I thought it was in the jewelry box, but no, it's actually in the strength mirror part. It tells you there that I have 11, which I should have by this point. Alright, so now we got the boss of Tower 4. Eventually. Yeah, so you basically just want to go in here. And a most entertaining show, yeah, I'll bet. This is a very strange boss. It's a mini boss in all honesty, but this music and the fact that you're basically just playing fucking Snake over here. So yeah, you're just meant to hit the orange one, and that's the way you win. They're only doing 1 damage to me, so it's kind of just I don't know, just a way to get used to the movements. Because pretty soon you're going to have to fight a boss, and it's not going to be so easy. It also will make you appreciate health potions, in all honesty. Because the first boss is actually relatively difficult. He's not the hardest thing ever, but he can be annoying, especially since I don't entirely know his pattern anyway. So yeah. And these things will randomly attack you. I mean, you can get them to stop, but yeah. And you just gotta wait until it finishes, basically. And I jump around for a bit because I'm bored. Yeah, it takes a while. I don't know if it waits for you to return to full health or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we go through this door, and yeah, that is the end of Tower 4. So we've completed most of the towers by now. So now all we got is another tower, and then a couple of optional areas that I will do. They take like 2 minutes each, so it's not really a big deal at all. But yeah. I believe this one resurrects North America. As I recall. Or it just resurrects black screen. I don't know. That's a bit long, to be honest. So yeah, now we're seeing like the world map actually taking shape in between those short scenes, but there's not really much still there. You know, we'll eventually get there, basically. And once again, we're going to see a pretty long cutscene just saying that we've freed some other people. We still can't talk to a lot of the people in town. They only become all unfrozen during the last tower, like after the last tower. But pretty much what they say is pretty useless, more or less. It's just, you know, run around and talk to people. Not really much used to it. Also, in these scenes, I gotta point out that it's kind of the fact that you can see stuff from the very bottom of the screen. I wonder if that's actually me recording it badly or what. Because it looks like I recorded it a bit off-center or something. Oh well. Looks like I screwed up slightly. Maybe I could fix that in editing or something. But yeah, that was pretty much all we wanted to do for getting 2 towers done in 25 minutes. Isn't that bad? But yeah, that was Terranigma Part 3. I'll see you guys later.